Okay. Oh my god. Is it working now? Hello? Yes! Yes! Okay, rest in peace, headphone users, literally 2 seconds into the stream. Hi. 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 Oh my god, as soon as I started the stream, I got a text, so I had to respond. Okay, we finally freaking figured it out. Okay, it took me a couple times, so if you saw me go live with this game before this instance, no you didn't, okay? So is this right? Let me... Okay, it sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds great. I love it. I love everything about this universe. And we're gonna play Blueprints, okay? So here's the deal with this game. Actually, I have been playing this game for about 3 weeks now. 2 weeks? It actually hasn't even been out that long, is the thing. So hasn't been out that long. I think it came out in late April, and my fiance and I bought it on the PlayStation because we both wanted to play together. And so, you know, PlayStation is a good way to do that. But I've been wanting to show y'all this game. It is a really great game. It is a roguelike puzzle game. You'll see because I'm gonna dive in, but you basically have to construct a house from the front to the back. And there's all sorts of mysteries and puzzles, and your progress more or less gets reset each day. But there are some permanent buffs or permanent changes that you can create in the game that consistently help you with future runs, if that makes sense. I am a fan. The stream's current bitrate is lower. Okay, why are you hassling me? Anyway, whatever. It says I have a good connection, so I'm not going to worry about that. Anyway, it's a great game, and I just want y'all to see it. So what I need to do really quick, unfortunately, is I need to copy this link, and I need to say, I need to go to my Instagram and just let people know that this is what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to take a little screenshot of the thumbnail as you do. I mean, this really isn't how you would do it, but this is how I'm doing it because sometimes you just have to get it done, and it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? How about that? So yeah, thanks for joining the stream. I think it's going to be fun, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think it is fun, and we're going to have fun. So here I am, clicking the link sticker. I'm going to have to paste the URL. Aw, my kitty cat is freaking meowing. What's wrong, Booger? Streaming this new game live on my YouTube channel. Okay. Whatever. So guess what? This week is the Asheville Improv Festival, which I have been working on for almost 2 years now with the production team, as a marketer, as a volunteer coordinator, as a hospitality coordinator, all the things. We're all wearing so many hats. And the festival is finally this week, y'all. It starts on Wednesday, but of course I'm going to be doing things all week to kind of prepare. So this is kind of my last day to myself before the shenanigans of the fest. But don't get it twisted. I am excited, okay? I am excited. And if you go to my Instagram, which is linked in the description, you can learn all about what shows I'm in, where to buy tickets, all this stuff. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it, okay? I don't know why they keep talking to me about bitrate on YouTube, okay? So if something is going completely wrong, why don't you just message me in the chat? Because I can see this stuff in the chat. Here we go. New game. So this is one of those games too that you need like a journal next to you to kind of like take notes on each of the runs. Loading, loading, loading. Everything is loading, 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 loading. Everything is loading. Blah, blah, blah. I have my coffee here. Why is it so dark? Dogubom presents. Look, my camera is like... in association with Raw Fury. Thunder Crash. A game by Tondaros. Look, my camera is like so... it's not focusing on me. Who is this?
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to
Can you
my
see the
grandnephew,
imagery okay?
Simon P. Jones,
Looks kind of dark.
son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own.
It's so
Mount
dark
Holly.
for y'all.
The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
There we go.
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Okay. I figured that out. I'm sorry that it was like a little bit not visible in the beginning. Okay. So I've already played through this. Not the whole thing. I haven't like beat the game or anything. And then why is my webcam? Can my webcam like focus? Hello? Hello? Okay, whatever. Maybe that's focused. I don't know. Maybe I'm just loony. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm here in this mansion that has been bestowed to me by one of my uncles, okay? That's basically what it is. I am the nephew of like a very prominent figure in this community in some way. I'm trying not to give away too much stuff as well because like we will learn more together as I go on the journey. But basically, all I know is that this property has been bestowed to me in the passing of my uncle's death. and I need to basically figure out how this whole mansion works, okay? So we're going to pick up this blueprint, the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint by pressing tab. Okay, here it is. So this is the menu that we basically play with the whole time. Now I'm going to my webcam because I'm like, hello? It just looks blurry. Am I out of my gourd? See, like that looks a little bit better. Maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. So anyway, this is the freaking blueprint of the house. So as you can see, there are 9 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 45 different rooms that I can basically create here. But as you can see as well, there is this room called the antechamber, exactly 8 rows in front of where I began. Something to note about the blueprints and stuff, like the rooms that I'll be drafting, you can see that there are doors north, east, and west in this particular room, and technically south, but they're not showing you that. But like, this is going to be important because I'm basically creating a maze out of all these rooms. And I can't stay here overnight. Okay, open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay. Open in the event of my death. I did it. You died, I did it. I know the rules. So I'm just gonna start drafting. So anyways, I started drafting. So again, I'm gonna head... Oh, look, but I can't see my little guy. I'm gonna head into this door. A hallway is pretty nice. Oh, look, my camera actually isn't in a good spot. I'm gonna move my camera for now so that you guys can see. Okay, great. So yeah, this is where I am down here on the left, heading west from the entrance hall. And each room has a different set of benefits or buffs or nerfs, if you want to use gamer terminology. The bedroom, for instance, whenever I enter this bedroom, I gain 2 footsteps, which I have 50 steps here for the day. And whenever I run out of steps, then the day is going to inevitably end. And I will be removed from the house. And then I'll come back the next day with a certain amount of steps. So the bedroom is good to kind of regenerate steps as I go. The closet is nice because I get 2 items. There's items that kind of also help each run that we'll start uncovering together. And then there's a hallway, which I'm going to go with the hallway in this situation because it takes me to multiple places. It takes me further west. It takes me further north. And it's just convenient. So I'm going hallway. There's a bunch of different little things. There's like lots of Easter eggs and such, you know, that you kind of have to explore and find. So look at this. There's a little memo here. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Interesting. I wonder what I'm going to think of that. Okay, so here we go. What do we want? Do we want a closet with 2 items that cuts off at a dead end, or do we want a pantry? It's going to give us some coins. I think we want some coins. Plus 4 coins. So now we're in the pantry. Here's an apple. And that gave me 2 footsteps. I'm going to take some of these coins. Thank goodness I have some coins. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. That must be what I just took. The change from the order. Great. Okay. We're going to go through this store. Ooh, let's see. So we could put a den here. Ooh, which is so well placed. It gives us a lot of door options. It gives us a gem as well, plus 1 gem. Lavatory gives us nothing. It's just a bathroom. And something that we'll learn together on the stream is that the red rooms... Ooh, I have to sneeze. Bless me. The red rooms are not always beneficial to your run. The lavatory is not beneficial in that it just provides nothing. There's no items. It's a dead end. Stuff like this. The parlor is really nice because it's a puzzle room, as you can see indicated by the puzzle piece. And there's a lot to do with the parlor. It's basically just a puzzle room. That's all I'm going to say. So I think in this case, honestly, I want to go den because it just sets me up for continued success with the floor plans, with like the directions that I can move. Okay. I wish I could like fix the... Can I fix this? I want, like... Oh, here we go, the field of view. I want it to... Really? I can only go out that much more? Okay. I was hoping to be able to zoom out a bit more, but that's okay. So, let's see. Which way do we want to go? I think before continuing a bunch north and stuff, I kind of want to round out these rooms here on the lower ranks of the house. So for that reason, I'm going to go through this east-facing door. And let's see. The bedroom connects nicely. If you look down in the left-hand corner over here, you'll see like the floor plan. Bedroom connects nicely because it makes all of this kind of like a loop. Guest bedroom is a dead end, but it gives me 10 footsteps. Spare room is like, okay, I guess. I think I'm going to do bedroom here. Which none of those choices were ideal, but you just have to do what you have to do. So check this out. Who is this lady? She's got some sort of pendant on. Her earring is a little bit blurry or something. This looks like maybe an old photo, but she's giving. She is giving. So there's a lot of stuff. I like to just click around because it's like you never know. You never know when any of this stuff is going to like open up or something. Here's a little postcard or something. Greetings from Reddington. Okay. Greetings from Reddington. Well, doesn't seem like anything too crazy has been here, right? Top hat. Okay, well, we got our footsteps, and now what I'm going to do is continue walking through the house and trying to find stuff that makes sense. Okay, let's see. We can do a storeroom here and get some nice items. Or we can do a closet and get 2 items as well. Or even a spare room, which is just going to allow us to continue walking through. I'm getting the spare room. Might be a controversial take, but I'm doing the spare room because you know what? I want to get all the way to the corner. Okay, let's see. Another bedroom. I don't want a guest bedroom. The kitchen here. Food for sale. Costs 1 gem. I don't think I need this. So I'm gonna do a closet here. Oh, frick yeah. Alright, I just got a metal detector. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. So we haven't encountered any keys yet, but now you know that is a part of the journey. Bum bum bum. Okay. Now let's go through this entrance hall middle door. Ooh. See, this is where it gets interesting. A corridor is always left unlocked, and this also heads straight north. A nook gives me +1 key, and an observatory gives me +1 shine. Oof. I think I'm going to have to go with a nook here, just based on, like, the floor plans and the way that the rooms go. I'm going to have to choose nook. And I'm going to get my key. So, yeah, you see how the metal detector there in the top right corner? It beeps when there's an item in the room that I can attain. So I don't know what it's beeping for now. I don't know where the item is. I'm going to have to look. Hello? Where's the other item? Oh, there it is. Look, a second key. Oh, that's really nice. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. So here's the thing. Why is the word beside the only word that's lowercase, right? They said to get a journal. Guess what? I'm going to get a journal. Because, oh my god, I don't know if you guys know, one of my major special interests is, like, stationery, like pens and papers and highlighters and, like, all this stuff, right? So if you ever see my desk, I have, like, pens and markers everywhere. I have journals everywhere. So now I get to use a fun journal to document some of my findings, okay? So let's see what kind of journal I might want to use. Ooh, I have this Hellfire Club journal that I got for my birthday a while back. And what kind of journal is it? Ooh. I haven't even opened this. It's like a graph paper journal. That actually might come in handy for this. But also it looks so gorgeous and fresh and new, and I just don't know if I can bring myself to do it. This is the pain that comes with having stationery as your special interest. Let me look for another book, because that one was kind of like, it just left a feeling in my heart. Oh my gosh. For once, I don't really have like a good journal that I'm excited about using. Well, there's one that I'm like looking for that I can't find, but anyway, we're going to use this decomposition book, okay? It's plain, like it doesn't have any lines on it. So we're going to start just with a blank page, okay? So for instance, something that I'm going to want to put down, I mean, if you ask me, something that I'm going to want to put down is that the Nook has a note where the word beside is written lowercase. So I just wrote that here in my journal, because to me that's a little bit suspicious. And then there's a lot of stuff written here on this book that they show in the little picture. So I'm gonna hope to see that more clearly at some point. Here's some other books. It seems normal. Okay, let's keep going. Security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Storeroom, parlor. So I don't want to do the parlor because it's going to create a dead end. The storeroom also creates a dead end. Security is the only one that doesn't. So I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, excuse me. So I guess, whoa, cutscene alert. Okay. He hath approached the security. Ooh, look at all these different types of rooms that I'm seeing. Whoa. Look at that. There was a leopard on the fireplace mantle. Look at these rooms. All these different kinds of rooms. Trippy. Oh. What is beeping? Is that my little metal detector beeping? Okay, I found my coin. Oh, there's a knight up there. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. The laboratory, huh? Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password. It's all scribbled out, but it looks like it starts with an S. And here's the rub. I know what the terminal password is because I've played this game already on PlayStation. However, I'm going to maintain the integrity of this file on my PC with y'all together, and I'm not going to skip ahead and do things that I already know how to do because of my previous experience playing the game. So what I'm going to do is wait until I discover the item or the items required for me to see this password, okay? But, I mean, you can kind of see... You guys probably can't see it clearly, but since I know what it is, I can kind of see the word. But I see that it starts with an S and maybe... I don't know. Something over here. Maybe an O right here. But, yeah. What's my cat doing? I hear my cat. Oz. Well. I'm very cold, so I just wrapped a blanket around my legs. And I think it's literally going to be like 75 degrees today. But anyways, I'm always cold. Okay, let's look at the other stuff on this bulletin board. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay. I mean, is that true? If I just get all the way up there? Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Got it. That's important context, I guess. Oh, here's an orange. Hell yeah. Okay. Doesn't look like there's much going on here. There's a coffee cup. Okay. The floor plan that I've built doesn't allow me to go this way because, see, the spare room doesn't have an entry door to it. So that's what this looks like. When you can't get into the room adjacent, it looks like this. So, let's look at some more stuff. Blue memos equal true. Red memos equal lies. And then look, there's a little bit of a secret message here. Red memos equal lies. With some type of qualifying statement here. So let's just assume then blue memos are true, red memos are lies. If that's the case, then it would appear that the antechamber maybe is not actually unlocked. And it might not be true that access levers are no longer required to grant entry. However, this blue card seems true, which talks about the security of keycard doors and or regular doors. So this is all very interesting. What does this do? Welcome to Mount Holly Security. View estate inventory. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house. Okay, so nothing. No fruit, no gems, no keys, no coins. Keycard system. Keycard system settings. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Set the security level. The amount of doors that will be deployed to your estate. Well, I want this to be low because I don't have a key card. So we're going to confirm that setting because if it's low, then I think that means it's less likely to run into those key card security doors. So now, offline mode, this determines the default setting of security doors if the power is lost. So if the power is lost, I want those doors to be unlocked. So I just went ahead and switched that setting, and now I'm confirming low and unlocked. Going back again, log into network. I don't have a terminal password, so we can't do that. Incorrect password. Okay. So now we're just going to exit. Okay. Not a bad run. not a bad run so far. Let's go into this door here. The laboratory right next to security seems like a fun choice, especially because we just read about the laboratory. Commissary, on the other hand, would go... The door would allow me to maybe explore a little bit further down. To the west, or to the down to the east. Above that closet, which might be good to kind of fill out the house. Although, commissary, I don't really have a ton of money to, like, buy things from commissary. So I think in this case I'm going to go laboratory. There's a bunch of stuff here. I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I have been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get the work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit, I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. Okay. So she couldn't find her freaking lab because this place is so weird. Because this place is a labyrinth. Here's a chest. I could probably open that. Let's see if there's anything else. We see the computer here. I'll get to that. Effective immediately, electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. But we've just learned that this is a lie. That red memos are a lie. So let's stop with that. Here's a bunch of lab findings or something. LAB. Look at this. It keeps saying LAB. LAB. I wonder why. Or is that a T? No, I think that's an L. And then here's a periodic table of elements. So this is one of those things, it's like, I'm actually just going to take a photo of this because to translate all of this to a journal is going to be too tough. So what I'm going to do in this instance is take a little photo on my phone. And then if I need to come back and refer to this, I'm able to do that. Okay, what's this? This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. I don't believe I have a boiler room. Not yet. So this machine requires additional power. Okay, yeah, see, it's like not working at all. Okay, that's fine. No worries there, I guess. Let's keep looking around. Nothing too peculiar. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting point at 0.1 ppt to 0.5 ppt. Oh, look at this. This is test 205 at the at atmospheric pressure 93 kPa in Mount Holly freezer. Okay. So it looks like the melting point is 0 degrees Celsius. And then as you keep going up to here, up to room temp, which looks like 20 degrees Celsius, you get to complete thaw territory. And then there's a handwritten note here that I can't even read. that I'll have to look into more. Okay. Interesting. Oh, and look at this. So basically, the picture that I just took that has numbers, I'm going to sequentially put those numbers... I'm going to sequentially assign those numbers to the letters in the periodic table of elements. So... if I look at this picture that I just took, 1 is the 6 from the bottom. PU. PU. S. H. Push. Push. TH. RE. E. U. P. A. Push 3 up. A. Push 3 up AF. AFTE. R. Push 3 up after N. I. And E. Push 3 up after 9. Push 3 up after 9. Push 3 up after 9. Well, we don't have the power running to the machine, so that's not making much sense. But it seems like it's probably related to this machine, because all of these hints are kind of in the same room, and it seems like it applies to this machine just because there are numbers assigned to each lever. So that is interesting. Let's go ahead and open this trunk, I guess, right? It's locked, so let's use a key, I guess. Seems kind of risky. Ivory dice. While drafting, you may use dice to roll new floor plans. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of okay with that. Okay. And I guess let's continue going through... Let's continue going through the house, building some rooms. We got 46 steps left. Here's a corridor. That would actually be nice. Archives. While drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. So that's pretty damning. So basically, the way that I'm seeing these 3 options for floor plans now, I will not be able to see after. Like, one of them will basically be an anonymous or like a redacted floor plan. And then the weight room is me losing half of my footsteps, which I don't think I'm ready to deal with that. Although it is 4 beautiful doors, one of which does lead north. Same with the archives. I could also redraw here, since I have the dice. But I think I'm going to do a corridor. I don't know if that was too risky. I don't know if that was a risky thing. I don't know. Okay. Now what do we do? Oh my goodness. A guest bedroom, a storeroom, a kitchen. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like any of these options. I could just get a storeroom. And then I would have to double back and go through the den. Let's just try that. I don't know. I'm not super jazzed about how this run is going, but it's just the first day. Look at this. What does this mean? It's a bird. What is this? Okay. Now we have to go all the way back. And look, as I step into each new room, I lose a footstep. So that's pretty much how that mechanic works, okay? Now let's go hallway, bedroom, den. Now we'll finally go up this door. Ooh, a West Wing hall. That's really nice. It continues me north as well, so we're gonna have to do that. Ooh, there's a key. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any blah 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 may draft blah 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 blah. Huh. Okay. Some type of staff notice. I guess someone is mourning. During this period of mourning. Huh. Mourning like grief? Yeah. Huh. I don't know what the implication of that is. Can't use that door. Let's do this. A parlor. We still haven't done a parlor yet. And I still don't want a kitchen. So I'm gonna choose parlor. And you know what's funny about this? This room? Is the puzzle. So, this is a logic puzzle, and this letter explains how it goes. But actually, I need some water, so I'm going to BRB. Okay. Full disclosure, I brought water and a Mountain Dew. So what are y'all gonna do about that? Okay, here's the deal. I know this game might seem like, oh my god, it's like not ramping up, it's like kind of boring and stuff, and there's a lot of reading. Like, yeah, that's true. And it takes some time for it to kind of get started, okay? So if you're here with me, thank you. Okay, May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be included to play this confounding game. Always yours, M. Lowry. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Okay, easy enough. So we're going to need this. The wind-up key to play the parlor game. Doesn't look like there's anything else around here. Nothing on the tables or anything. So let's look at these boxes. You are in the parlor. This box is empty. The blue box is true. So here's the deal. The blue box is true. You are in the parlor. Yes, that's true. I am in the parlor right now. which means that this black box is also true because the black box says that the blue box is true. So if these are both true, this white box must be false. If this white box is false, that means this must be the box that has the gems in it, based on the statement and the logic from the other boxes. So there it is. There are my 2 gems for solving the parlor game. And that's really all you get out of this room. That's really it. But hey, we'll take it. Ooh. A chapel, a bunk room, a dining room. I kind of want to do a dining room because I don't want to lose. The chapel says whenever you enter, lose 1 coin. I don't really want to lose coins right now. I don't have a lot, but I guess I haven't used them for anything. Dining room. Every day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. I'm only on rank 4. I don't think I'll get to rank 8 this run. So you know what? I'm going to go chapel. And just tank that lost coin. Interesting house, right? Like, what kind of house would even offer a chapel? Okay, let's keep going. Breaker box. Guest bedroom. Commissary. This would be a dead end, so I'm gonna have to go commissary. Or I could redraw the floor plans. I'm gonna redraw. Secret passage. I guess let's do a secret passage? I don't know. And there's different kinds of rooms. So if you look at the map, you can see there's purple rooms, orange rooms, blue rooms, red rooms. And there's also yellow, green. So I'm going to actually choose a green room. This door's locked. Okay, use a key. Okay. Special cost bypassed. Why? Oh my god, you know what I just realized is when we were in the laboratory, I didn't go into the computer. I should have definitely done that. Damn it. This is a tough choice. The aquarium is a room of every color. Counts as a room of every color. The cloister, the special cost is bypassed, and it would lead me north. I'm gonna have to choose the cloister. And I don't know why the special cost is bypassed. I also don't know how to get into the middle. But I do know that I want to go this way. Let's see. The observatory breaker box. I'm going to re-roll this. Ooh, see, like, dining room fits nicely there. That would be really nice, actually. So I'm going to put my dining room here. Even though I haven't reached rank 8 and I can't get the food yet, but I mean, look at this gorgeous dining room. And there's a big statue out here. And a boat. And that's out the east window. Very interesting. Okay. I would like to go down here, which I think is this door. Yep. And what do I want to put here? Guest bedroom, utility closet, commissary. I think I want to put a utility closet. Okay. Keycard entry system. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Because I don't know if you remember, when I was in security, I said I toggled the settings so that if power was cut to the security doors, they would all automatically be left unlocked. So I think that should be good. I don't know what all this stuff is. Well, I do, but I'm just not giving it away. What? I just realized this. I can kind of see what that says. Doesn't that look like the word cabinet to you guys? Cabinet? Wonder what... There's no switch for it, though. Okay. Whatever. I think I did it, right? I turned off the keycard entry system. Okay, good. I guess I'm just gonna... Oh my god, please, stop! Why does it keep doing that? Let me leave. Okay. I guess we're gonna keep on going north now. But one thing to consider is that I do kind of want to go and set up... I'm gonna go to the laboratory and kind of set something up over there. Let's do the East Wing Hall, I guess. Maybe it's best if I don't go back to the lab. I really should have checked out that computer. So that's my bad, y'all. That's just my bad. Lots of hats. I don't know if you guys have noticed all these hats. Huh. Why don't we go this way? Locked? Drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. Ooh, and that connects nicely with the cloister, so I'm actually going to do the drawing room. And here's this portrait, I think, of Herbert Sinclair. And it's in this room. And look at this candlestick. This candlestick is bent compared to this one. And that looks like it's right over here. So I think I'm going to go touch this candlestick. Look at this. Oh, that's a safe. I don't know what the password is. So... That's interesting. We have a little bit of a safe. And let's see. Let's keep going north, I guess, right? Ooh, the billiard room. I love the billiard room. It's another puzzle room, so let's check it out. Because this is a really fun one. Billiard. Little bar. Interesting. So it says here on the dartboard, plus, minus, multiply, divide. Plus, minus, multiply, divide. Same thing here. Plus, minus, multiply, divide. So now here, I'm going to have to choose a number. 15. So the way this puzzle works is that it kind of evolves over time. But the way that it works is that the first action you're going to do is going to be addition. With the highlighted numbers that are, you know, displayed based on the row that they're in. So this looks like 2 plus 3, which is 5. And now, since we have plus, minus, times divide, we're going to do plus, and then on this ring, in this ring we do plus, in this ring we're going to do minus. So 18 minus 4 is 14. Now we're going to do 17 minus 3 is 14. Now, on this third ring, we're going to do multiplication. So 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, now we're going to do 9 minus 7 is 2. 2 times 10 is 20. All right, puzzle solved. We got 2 keys for that. That's quite nice. Let's keep going then, I suppose. The bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms, but it's also a dead end. The Great Hall has 7 locked doors. That's a lot of locked doors. And then the nursery is whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. I think it's going to be really important to keep door options open. So I'm going to have to go with the Great Hall. Oh. Something's beeping. There's something beyond this door. Let's use the key and see what it is. Ooh. A gem and a couple coins. Oh my god, you guys don't even know what this is. Look, watch this, watch this, watch this. The antechamber room. Okay, what just happened is all of these doors are closed, okay? Like, locked shut. And you need to open them with levers, okay? Spoiler alert. And the lever that we just pulled opened the east side door of the antechamber. This door. That is crazy, you guys. I've never seen a lever generated in one of these rooms, in one of these hallway rooms. Okay, so, frick, if we can get north and into the antechamber, that would be kind of sick. Wow, that was interesting. So, let's try going north, I guess. Let's see if this door will lead north. Ugh, dang it. It's a dead end. And all these other doors are locked. Shoot. So let's try going north from the East Wing Hall. Boudoir, a guest bedroom, and a greenhouse. Well, all of these are dead ends. So this room will end the run. Maybe the guest bedroom could have like a key or something. I'm gonna draft the greenhouse. Sorry. And look at this. So you saw that lever that we just pulled in the hallway. It actually did have the lever on it. This one doesn't have the lever on it, but if I pulled this lever, it would open the south-facing door of the antechamber. So it would open this door. We have this door opened, and in the greenhouse, we could open this door. So that's just interesting context, isn't it? Look at this wall. This wall looks a little bit suspicious. Lots of stuff going on here. It's just a greenhouse. Ooh. A watering can. That's fun. Here's some sheet music. 5. Trees found inside we never... Trees find... Oh my god. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid. With gems nor coins, so toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. So if you can see here, the word sheets is like bolded. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a little note in my journal that says sheet music. And then I'm going to say there's 5, page 5 at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 before it. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next to 5, I'm going to write sheets, because that is the bolded word that they've given me. And it's interesting, too. Like, I almost feel like the whole page is a hint. Because gems, I can get gems as a currency. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin. So no, not gems or coins. Anyway, that's pretty interesting, I guess. I did just get that watering can, so when I walk back in here, I can use the watering can to get a gem. So that's fun. I don't know if there's anywhere else I can go. I don't have another key. There's no doors that lead north or anywhere that I haven't been yet. So maybe what I'll do is I'll work my way down to... the laboratory, and then I'll have to call it a day for day 1, because... yeah, there's like no more rooms I can really go to. Oh. 3 gems. Is this right? Chapel, parlor, West Wing Hall. Bedroom, hallway, entrance hall. And then we're going to want to do what? Nook Security Laboratory. Yeah, because I don't think we turned on this computer or anything. Experiment setup. In the laboratory, you're free to experiment by testing combining different mechanics to create a unique original house feature that will last until the end of the day. So, you see, this is why I should have done it earlier. Whenever you draft a shop room, for each bedroom you draft after your second, whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room. Whoa, set your dice to 2, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. Gain 1 key. Oh, if I could do something with a key. It's like... See, I could have gotten more keys this way. What is a research log? No experiments found. Oh, okay. Pause experiment, log into network. I don't have a terminal password yet. So let's exit. So that's it. Not really a bad first day. Excuse me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna call it a day. Actually, no. I have 9 steps left, and you know what I want to do? I want to go outside. Security Nook entrance hall. I have some steps left, so I might as well use them, right? So, let's go outside the estate here. There's some stuff going on. First off, this gate is locked, I guess. Sure, make a wish. Alright, I just made a wish. Look at this freaking estate. And then what do we have over here? We have a little bit of a staircase situation. We have some type of locked off room. We have some type of overlook area. Look at this. Gorgeous. This little overlook area. There's this whole dark room. Doesn't look like we can get past in any way. Some torches up there that don't have the option to be lit. Little bench. Okay, let's go back up. There's some more stuff over here too, I think. Here's an open gate. Another bird bath or something. Maybe a screwdriver or something. Help me get in there. No matter how your heart is dreaming, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. What is this? This is like a locked gate or something. Another bird bath. This appears to be my campsite. Okay, yeah, this is where I call it a day. Or I can do that in the menu. So, yeah, interesting. Here is also, what? An orchard of sorts. And I need the password to come in. So I do know the password, but again, to preserve the integrity of this file, I'm not going to just open it because I know it. I'm going to wait until the thing that triggers us learning the code happens before we go in. But look at all those apples. Wouldn't it be great if I could eat every single one of those apples and get, like, extra steps? Little tree that's been knocked down here. There's also this, which who knows what this is. This is, if I had to guess, I mean, it looks kind of like a high security type of room or something, like a bunker or something. And look, there's a tree that was cut down here as well. Huh. Okay, interesting. So we learned a little bit about the estate. And now I think it's a good time to call it a day. We have 3 steps left. Let's just call it. Let me make sure my stream is going okay. Well, isn't this lovely? Isn't this just lovely? Mount Holly, ordinary villa. Total rooms 25, rank reached 6, steps taken 61, items found 3. That's not bad for my first run. And for my first run, I had the antechamber freaking open on the right side. Like, that is crazy. Okay, let's keep going. Also, why am I so freaking freezing right now? I'm literally so cold, I'm shivering. Oh, because it's only in the 60s. I thought it was going to be warmer today. Okay, see, so the game starts exactly the same every day. You just walk into the freaking house. You just walk into the house, and you're here at the entrance. Wait, what's this? Oh, yes, of course. Each time you enter a room, you lose a footstep. When you no longer have any steps left, you'll be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Yep, we knew this. This is the same letter as before. So, let's just freaking go. Ooh. Starting off strong with a nook to give me a key. I think that's a pretty good move. I would like a key. Ooh, and then a hallway there is really nice as well. Let's do a hallway. We're just kind of sending it. Doors in the west wing are likely to be locked, but the security memo said that all red memos are lies. Parlor. I think let's do a parlor, because then I can go one more room into the corner there. Pick up that wind-up key. And let's look at the boxes now. This is the blue box. The blue box is true. The blue box is empty. So this is all centers around the blue box. This is the blue box. That is objectively true. The blue box is true. That is also objectively true. So if these two are true, this one has to be false. The blue box is empty. So if that's false, then the blue box has to have the gems. Period. We got those gems. Yes. Okay, let's keep going. So now, this is the corner, so why don't we just do guest bedroom? Or I could, if I did the utility closet right here, I actually could power off the keycard stuff in the event that we run into a keycard door. and cut power to it, it would be unlocked. Why don't we try that? That's kind of ballsy, but let's try the utility closet. So, keycard entry system off. I'm also turning off the gymnasium. I'm going to turn on the garage for now. No, stop. It always does this. Okay, nothing else in here, it seems like, so let's go. Look at this guy. Is there something we can do? Den is nice, so is the drawing room. The den would help me continue to accumulate resources like gems and stuff, so I'm going den. Grab the gem. Anything else crazy in here? One thing about this game is that the music is too calming. So it kind of puts me to sleep sometimes. Okay, so that's the den. What is up here? Oh, come on, really? These suck. Maybe I'm gonna want to go storeroom here? I'm gonna go pantry because I don't want to cut myself off too soon. And before I leave the pantry, I'm actually gonna go back to the entrance hall here. Start drafting from this room. So, spare bedroom, I suppose. Spare room. Ooh, what's this? An office or commissary are both good. Let's go with office. So here's someone's office. Also has a computer. Run payroll. After running payroll, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes servants' quarter and mage chamber currently on the estate. Run payroll now. Okay. Spread gold in the estate. This will spread, distribute a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. Sure, let's spread gold. Return to main menu. Log into network. Nothing. I don't have it. Exit. Okay, that was fun. So, ooh. All these items. An upgrade disc for a floor plan. That is huge. 4 coins. Spare set of car keys. This is all huge. What does this say? The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. Yes, we did see that when we got the greenhouse in our last, on our last day. So we did see that the lever in the greenhouse was broken. I don't think there is enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Wait a second. Wait a second. Because look at this. This whole note is written in all caps except for the word west, which kind of has to... If you remember, when we were looking at a note in the Nook, every word was capitalized except for the word beside. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, is right here in my notebook, I'm going to write office with a dash, and then I'm going to put the word west. Because maybe we're onto something here. Some guy and some girl. Oh, wait, yeah, let's insert the disk into the computer. Upgrade a room. So yeah, that's the way it works. You find those little floppy disks, and then you get to take them to a computer, and then it'll randomly generate the room that you can upgrade. Courtyard. So I have not even drafted a courtyard yet, but since I've played the game before, I know what it does. So now I'm going to... Oh, man. Now I get to select a floor plan below to upgrade this room. So I could get a courtyard, which gives me +2 gems. A courtyard with 5 dig spots. Or a quarry yard, which is like a corridor plus a courtyard. And the quarry yard is always left unlocked. The thing about the quarry yard is that sometimes having unlocked doors is really nice. But these are also just calling to me for some reason. The dig spots, here's the thing about the dig spots is I would need a shovel. However, sometimes the courtyard will offer a shovel. And then there's just the courtyard that offers +2 gems, which gems do become an important form of currency, although there are different ways to get gems. I think I'm going to do courtyard with dig spots. I know that might sound crazy, but I'm going to do that. 5 dig spots, and we'll just see how it goes. This is not the upgrade that I chose when I did it on the PlayStation, but cool. Now let's open this. There's a note here. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. And then why is this one book title in black? March of the Count. Why is that in black? I don't know why that one is only written in red. And then what happens if I twist this? Alright, that just literally popped up a safe. I don't think I have a number for this. A code. So that's pretty interesting. Does like the trophy have a code or something? What the hell? Now here, let's do a bedroom. This bitch again. The same Reddington postcard. Ugh, this is horrible. Cutting my way off immediately. I don't want it. I guess let's just do a guest bedroom. And see if there's anything in here. Sinclair. Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Right. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. KL? I wonder who KL is. I think that's everything we can do in here. So where am I going to go now? I have to go back up to the pantry, and that's really my only... It's my only way of continuing with this run. Ooh, right. I got to spread gold in the estate, so I get some coins in certain rooms now. Gotta be careful with that. See, here's some more coins. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we could do security. Oh, because, see, I have the utility closet, and I turned off power to the doors. So I'm actually going to do security, and then I'm going to... What I'm going to do now... If this makes sense... 2 coins around. What I'm going to do now is go into the keycard system settings. And actually, I'm going to set the security level to high. Because I turned off the power to them. And now I can make it so that they're unlocked. Because the power is off. And the chance of seeing a door is high. So hopefully that will help. The keycard system's currently offline. Okay, great. So this might be helpful for us. Let's see. The dark room. Oh my god, this actually works too. I'm gonna do the dark room right here, and then watch this. Ah! It went totally dark! But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down to the utility closet where that breaker box was. Hallway, parlor, utility closet. Open this back up, and then I'm going to turn on the dark room. Cool. So now let's go back to the dark room. Now that we've got the lights on. Aha! So the lights are back on. And we have a lot of things that we can look at now. Oh, what does that say? It's so blurry. Who is this? Look at this. This is the apple orchard that we saw with the locked gate. And there is something on this tree, which is now cut down, but there is something on that tree. Here's this guy. Here's this guy again. Here are some housekeepers. Interesting. Here's some housekeepers again, but it's a blurrier picture. And it almost looks like there's a... Oh no, wait, that's her arm. Huh. Here's someone in the office, because I see the desk drawer and the computer. Someone is writing a note in the office. She's smiling. Oh, here's a key. Here's another image of the orchard. Here's another image of this lady with the mole. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said that the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. So HS is Herbert Sinclair, which I think is my uncle that bestowed the house to me. Okay, he wants another photo printed of her ladyship, so I guess this is her ladyship. Whatever that means. Did I look at all these photos already? Here's another blurry one of the housekeepers. Another one of him in the camera. Another one of just the camera. There is so much stuff going on in this room. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So let's keep going. A closet with 2 items. That would be a dead end. Chapel, furnace. Furnace would be a dead end, so I'm going to do chapel so we can keep it going. Just lost a coin. I want to continue in this direction. Ugh. Okay, it's locked. I hope it was worth it. Ooh, the dining room is really well placed right here. We're gonna do dining room. There's a whole freaking deer. Deer head. Okay. I want to continue going in this direction. Ah, see, look at this. The courtyard. I think I'm going to have to do the courtyard here and spend my gem to draft the room. Oh, and look at this. 5 dig spots, but I don't have a way to dig. But there is a chest right here. Why don't I just use this key? Okay. A silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. That's great. And I get a gem. So not too bad. And hopefully if I can find a shovel, then I'll come back here and dig. So what's up here? Let's use my special silver key. Chamber of Mirrors. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. Oh, that's interesting. So I could draft like another den or another hallway. Conference room. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. So like when I spread money from the office into the rest of the estate, it would all go into this room, the conference room. Then there's also the archives, which I might have to go with archives here. Look at this freaking room. There is a lot going on in this room. There's like a tiger picture. Okay, let's see. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book, Swimbird, had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, so that my uncle. The niece? Is this my sister? If she's the niece of my uncle and I'm the nephew of my uncle, that either makes her my cousin or my sister. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary, began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might take with the Sinclair family. So, Marion Marigold. Okay, that's like her pseudonym. Okay, so now, let's see, 6 months later, about in January of 86, I also feel like I should write some of these. My cat's here. I feel like I should write down some of these dates. Like maybe I'll write here in my journal. I'll write archives. And I'll write some dates. So we have August 22. I'm assuming it's 1985. And then we have January 27th, 1986. Okay. And here's another newspaper clipping. Swinburne author never considered herself a success, by Gail Herms, Herald staff writer. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I had always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime, and so as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the color red, a statement that has been held with much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book as rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. So wait a second. Am I his great-nephew or his nephew? Because this lady Marigold is saying that her son was the inspiration. Like, I wonder if maybe I could be her son? Am I her son? Is that possible? I'm gonna have to draw a family tree. But the Red Prince, this game is called Blueprints. But her debut book was Red Prince, so that's interesting. And there's also some political statements being made. And now we have November what? November 11th, 1986. So this is 10 months after the former clipping. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. What does this have to do with anything? In the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Black Water. RLCF? What is the significance of RLCF? Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply, quote, victims of an unfortunate happenstance, unquote, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. Three years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. Publisher and author detained by Red Guard, questioned. Caleb Manning? Who is Caleb Manning? Okay, this is weird. Okay, so now we have here... This one just says November 17th, but it doesn't say a year, so I'm just going to write down November 17th. I think that's my friend Nora's birthday. Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold had past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the third prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Interesting. So, Marion Marigold, after all this stuff came out about her publisher and the arrests made, she decided to leave the publisher. However, she leaves the publisher, but let it be known that Caleb Manning, who also worked with that same publisher, was her friend, mentor, and confidant. Okay, so Manning and White at the press function. So here's Manning. This must be Caleb Manning, I guess. And this must be... Who is this? Caleb Manning. And then this is... Who's White? Philip White. This must be Philip White. Was seen at the corner, suspicious bag under, waved down a local. This is the third major last year. It is anticipate charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. The trial begins. Expected to last up to with grand treason. Why is that so cut out? Okay, and here we have February 22nd. $1987. Okay. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator. Mary Matthew Jones. Would be her real name and not Marion Marigold. So let me write this down. Let me go to the next page and write something. So we have Marion Marigold, which is a lovely name. That's her pen name, and her real name is Mary Matthew Jones. Here's the thing. I know from playing this game that my last name is Jones, that my character's last name is Jones. So I'm curious, is this my mom or is this my sister? Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Mrs. Jones never arrived home and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned but have not deemed the case foul play. It is an out-of-character incident at this point and we are seeking information. Okay, so she goes missing 3:45 p.m. Friday. But I wish there was an actual date. I'm just going to put last seen 3:45 p.m. Friday. I'm just going to put what's listed here. Because now it seems like there's some information I'm going to have to uncover about her. Okay, so now next page. September 2nd. Reddington Herald. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. Thieves in the royal capital of Fen Aries have broken into one of the Crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside noble circles. At least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds, dredging for clues. Okay. The museum authorities said they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued by the Royal Guard, and disabled the security system. Hey, that sounds familiar. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orinda Aries, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumors are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. The ruby crown, could that be something that sat on the Red Prince's head? Ruby crown, Red Prince? And so what happened? This woman goes missing, and then all of a sudden, this prized crown goes missing, and this is all for some reason included in the same book? Like, there's obviously a hint there. Is there anything else? Let's go this way. Ooh, commissary would be good here. See, so now since I've opened the archives, I can't see all the floor plans. Let's go to commissary, see if I can get a shovel. No shovel. But I would like a magnifying glass. It allows me to see documents more closely. Do I want a sledgehammer or a sleeping mask? Or running shoes? I think I want a sledgehammer. And that's really all I can buy. And then what's this? Staff notice. This is the same one that was in the security room. With, without. Graph. Chart and cart. Chart and cart. So the missing letter is H. With, without. Okay. The commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience. Well, we know that's a lie, or at least somewhat of a lie, because we saw in the security room that red memos are lies. Oh, but you know what? Look at this. Now that we have the magnifying glass. Look, the terminal password is Swan Song. Swan Song. Swan Song. So, what do I have in here? I can go to security and to the office and type in Swan Song into the computers. Which might be nice. But please give me a second because I actually need to go use the bathroom. Need to have a bio break, so just give me a minute or two to go do that. And I'm going to put on my waiting screen for y'all. Hello, if you can hear me, it's time to feed my cat, so I have to do that really quick. I will be right back. On my way. Hi. Here I am. I'm coming back. Give me a second. Hi. So, here's the thing. Woof. My feet are freaking freezing, and I'm not wearing any socks, and that is my fault. But after this run, I'm going to get off because I have some errands. But what I'm debating is if I'm going to start a new file to play personally myself and keep this one as our stream game file. So I'm kind of debating that. But anyway, lots going on. Just went to commissary. I could now go up from chapel, which I think would be a good idea. Or if I go west from archives, and maybe I can build out a little bit of the rooms to the south, which I think could really work. Corridor, lav. I don't have enough gems for this. I gotta go corridor. Mage chamber. Wasn't there something if I spread coins from the office, or if I ran payroll, it would go into the maid's chamber, or would it go into the servants' quarters? Because those are two different rooms. I'm going to choose the maid's chamber here, because it allows me to go south, which is what I want to do. Anything in here? Payroll slip. Oh, here it is. Payroll issued for the week of 11/8. Amount, 10 gold. She got 10 gold for the week? Bro, workers' rights, bro. What the fuck? 10 gold for the week is nothing. Mila! Mila. Could that be her name or something? Oh, what's this? What is this? Is there anything to see here? Mila. I feel like I need to write that down. Maid's chamber. Maid's chamber. There's a statue. Looks like it's a statue of a maid holding a broom in the air. So I'm just going to put Mila maid statue. I don't know. That just seems like something I need to know. Staff notice. Okay, here we go. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Herbert S. Sinclair, my uncle. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. And that's from Mrs. Babbage. There's a freaking goose in here. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like I just learned something. Look at this. I can't do any of these floor plans because they don't have gems, so I have to do the archived one that I can't see. And it ended up being a closet. It's not the end of the world, but it's also not the beginning of the world. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're kind of at a dead end except for the archives and the chapel. But what I want to do, we have this magnifying glass now, so I want to go around to some of these things that we've been seeing, these pictures, like in the dark room, and see what we can learn, I think. Like, let's keep going this way. First of all, let's see if this door is locked. It is locked. I kind of had a feeling. And then let's see if the chapel would be locked as well. there's one door out of the chapel that we haven't tried yet. Locked. Okay, so those are both locked. So this is actually good, because it means my run is coming to an end. So what I want to do now is go down to the dark room and check out some of these photos with a magnifying glass. For instance, this one. 1128. So that has got to be the password for the gate. 1128. And then is this Marion? Anything else here to see? Who is this? Any of these pictures have anything valuable? This is some of the housekeeping staff, which I guess one of these women stayed in the maid's chambers, but I don't know who. It's also very blurry. This one's a little bit better. So we don't really know who's who. Although this one is holding the broom, which the Mila statue was also holding the broom, so I wonder if it could be her. Very interesting stuff. Here's another blurry version of the same picture. And I just am not seeing anything. $11.28, yep. Confirmed on that picture as well. He's got like a tiny door behind him or something. He's got this camera here. Oh, and you know what? Could this be a bathroom? Because that looks like a tub. Was he taking a selfie in the bathroom? That's kind of what it looks like. I wonder if I should open up a lavatory at some point and see if there's a way to, like, take a picture or something. I think I looked at all the photos here. See, look, this looks like a bathtub. Okay, let's go back to security. Because here's the deal. Now we can log on to the terminal. Let's view the estate inventory. 22 coins, jeez. Okay. Keycard system, I think we've already set all that up. Let's log into network. The thing, the password is Swan Song. Password accepted. What the hell is this? Staff services. Punch in. This is me. I'm Simon. The commissary. Place a special order for commissary. Yeah, I would like a shovel. In commissary the next time I draft it. Can I... What is this remote terminal access? Oh, the office. Oh, sick. Let me connect to the office just from here. Welcome to the office. So what happens if I run payroll? I already ran payroll. Okay, interesting. Spread gold in the estate. I already spread gold in the estate. So, wait. Log into network. Hello? Swan song. Swan song. Look at this STEM toy. It infinitely flips open and closed. I really love it. It really loves me. We like to take care of each other. Okay, what's going on? Now we're officially in the office. Email, electronic mail. The permissions of this terminal do not allow for access to the electronic mail account. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. So I can't even read the email from the office from here. What is a data transfer? Well, that didn't do anything. Log out. Oh, let's see what this says. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. Okay. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. So now what? So now I want to go to the office and check the email. So pantry, den, entrance, spare. Okay. So now let's see if I can log on and read the email here. Password accepted. Lovely. Okay, let's read that freaking email. Here we go. From Ann Babbage. November 1st, 1993. Subject, next week. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up until the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electric typewriter, Ann Babbage. Okay, so she wants an update. Now, here's one from DC Power. October 8th, 1993. Regarding fuse box repair. Gabe. Yes, that is correct functionality. Also, when you are out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Thanks for the due diligence on this project, H.S. Sinclair. The correct sequence. From DC Power. October 7, 1993. Subject estate changes. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. So, premonition? He had a premonition about his death. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. So he just updated his will on October 7th, 1993. I wonder if I should try that date for the safe, 10/07/1993. And then here's DC Power fuse box repair, October 5th, 1993, fuse box repair. The VAC indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know and we will fix it in our regular service visit next week. Gabe from DC Power. So, the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the fuse box here. And then he confirms, yes, that's the correct functionality. And then he says that the sequence should be... Let's do the fuse box stuff. So, what is he calling this? Yeah, fuse box. Which I think we have in this run. So, it looks like off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Okay. So let's try... That must be all of it. Let's try that date. Ten 7 1993. Let's just try 10 7. No. What if we try 10 7 93? What if we try 10 07 93? Damn it. I don't know what the code to that safe is. I feel like I'm so close. There also might be something about this. Whoops. There might also be something about this particular... There's also these wires coming out of this dial. Green, red, green, blue, yellow. Green. Red. Green. Ugh, I just don't know. Okay, so let's see. Now, I do have the utility closet, so I kind of want to go in there and tinker around. Were there any other rooms that I needed to, like, read stuff in, since I have the magnifying glass? I don't think so. Oh my god, I'm so freezing right now, you guys. I'm literally, like... I have goosebumps. I'm so cold. Oh, like, wasn't there something in here? Yes. Look, I want to look at this book. Oh, okay. Look, billiard puzzle notes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Order of operations goes from the inside to the out. Of course. Yes, so that's more information on how to play the billiard room puzzle, which I'm pretty good at, so I don't really need that. But then, what is this? Achoo! Achoo! Oh, bless me. Okay, this little thing is in the way, but it says... Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. Antechamber appears to be sealed by all four sides. Must be a way to open. Okay. We knew some of this stuff already, so that's good. We knew most of that, I think. So nothing too intense there. And then where am I trying to go? Hallway, parlor, utility closet. Is there anything here? I wonder if I can get this whole thing to go on. So it has to be off blue, green, white, red, purple. Off blue, green, white. But it said white can only happen... White can only happen if you make all of them purple. I think it just said that when we were reading. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's all purple, so now we can do the white. So the white has to go here. So now we have white, red, and purple. So what happens if I click that? Oh, damn it! Oh, white, red, purple. White, red, purple. Off, blue, green. So let's do off. Off, blue. Green! Off, blue, green. Oh my god. Off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is only day 2. It's only day 2. Turn that shit on. Now what does that do, you little bitch? Up! Up! High security no more. The gemstone cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with 2 gems. Period. That is huge. And it's literally only day 2. I figured this thing out, which is amazing. This still looks like it says cabinet, but I don't know which cabinet. Okay, I'm feeling really good about how I just did that. So that's kind of cool. What else did I need to do in the dark room? Or in the, what am I saying? In the utility closet. I think I did it all. I mean... not bad. Not too shabby. I don't have any keys, so I can't go and unlock anything. Because those 2 rooms are locked from the chapel and the archives leading north. Those are both locked. So I don't really have any ways to go. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? Oh, but am I going to have enough room to do it? I was going to say I can go unlock the... whatever you call it. The apple orchard. But look, I just ran out of steps. Oh, I want to do another day so bad, you guys. Total rooms 22, rank reached 5, steps taken 66, items found 4, new room 7. It's a rustic villa. I still haven't made it over to the antechamber yet. But that's okay. We're gonna save and quit. Because you know what? A bitch has got things to do. And I am a bitch. That's got things to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Thanks so much for watching if you watched this long. That's really it. I'm gonna try and stream some more of this as the days go on. But, of course, I will be busy this week with the Asheville Improv Festival, so who knows when the next time you're gonna see me on YouTube is. So make sure that you subscribe and that you turn on the post notifications so that you know the next time I'm streaming. So go ahead and do that. It would make my heart very happy if you did subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at real.stevie.tv. That's where I'm going to post all things about the Asheville Improv Festival. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good week. And I love you all. So thanks for watching. Okay, bye.